let's see how we can integrate 1 minus tangent square all over secant square x. Because the bottom is just one thing, right, secant square, you can first split the fractions and then apply the trig identity, but then it doesn't really matter. I would just like to look at tangent square right here and then apply a trig identity for that. We know tangent square is the same as secant square x minus 1, okay? So in other words, let me just, perhaps I can distribute the negative into the parentheses. So we have the integral 1 right here, negative secant square, right, x, and then negative 1 becomes plus 1. And that's all over secant square x dx. And of course, we have the 1 plus 1, which we have 2. So this is the same as the integral 2 minus secant square x all over secant square x dx. And then now I split the fractions. Doesn't matter how you do it, about the same. So 2 over secant square x minus secant square over secant square, which is just 1, dx. Whew. 2 over secant square, this is the same as cosine. So we can write this as the integral of 2 times cosine square x minus 1 dx. This is pretty easy. How are we going to integrate that? Cosine square. We have to use the power reduction formula. So for this part, let me just write this down. This is the same as the integral. The 2 is still right here. Okay, the 2 is for the cosine square only. So we have the 2, and the cosine square is the same as 1/2 times 1 plus cosine of 2x. This right here is for cosine square, okay? And then minus 1 after that, still dx. Luckily, the 2 and the 2 cancel each other out, so we have just 1 times that, but then this is the same as the integral of 1 minus 1, which is 0, altogether is just cosine of 2x dx. Really? All that becomes just cosine of 2x after so many steps. Maybe there's a shorter way to do it, but then I did this already, so just follow this anyways. And then we can, of course, integrate this easily. The integral of cosine is past the sine, okay? So the sine of 2x, and then we divide by the number, so we have 1/2 sine of 2x. And guess what? This is it. So we put a plus c. That's it.